Hello, welcome on board, welcome back. Please, I'm so sorry. I started the program and I had some technical issue. I have to pause. I'm back now, live and direct. I'm back now, live and direct. I apologize for the breaking transmission. Please, I want us to really discuss this issue. Why must one die because of marriage? Why must you die in marriage? Because I have so many cases that bugging my heart, that making me to come up with this issue of marriage. Let's discuss about it. Is marriage worth dying for? Must we die because we are married? So to cut the long story short, I already prayed earlier. Let me move into the action and the story. I told you guys, I have a priest on hand. There are many of them, but this one is a priest that is doing very well. Everyone knows him as a very good man. But if you watch closely, when you have a good marriage, you'll be very bold and all the time to parade your wife for people to know and see your wife. But those who are very close to him have simply discovered that you hardly see him together with his wife. He has not really been doing that. So, but when I went to him the day I visited him one day, I noticed it within my mind that this guy is not really happy with his man, with the marriage. So I kept quiet over it and we continued. But recently, something happened. This guy cooks his own food. A man that is married. Those of you who know our culture, one of the reasons for marriage that your wife will help you cook your food, give you sex, give you companion, share time with you, share problem with you. You help him or help her. So these are the basic things that we do for the sake of marriage. But unfortunately, this guy is married, but he cooks his own food. Please help me share the video. Do me that favor. You are helping me. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Share the video. He cooks his food. He gets sex out of begging. To have to sleep with the wife, he will beg her and beg her and beg her to sleep with the wife. This thing has been continued, and he has never told anybody. Now, but some people have been noticing the way he appears most time, looking hungry. And this is somebody that is living in the church, money is in the church, yet he doesn't look happy. Doesn't look happy at all. So one of the occasion, they say they had an occasion in the church there. At the cost of the occasion, the caterer who cooked personally dished out a special food for the pastor, dish out another one for the entire house. Just gave them about two different one in the full flask and kept to the man. Say, Daddy, this is here for you. And put another one in a big cooler and kept for the family. The wife from nowhere came. Say, why did you put food for my husband? So no, I said, cook normally. I should keep for. He said, why did you keep this special food and give to him? So he has told you that he's not eating. That's why you want to come and feed him. Who asked you to feed him? You have right to feed my husband. Blah, blah, blah. No one's saying, we have been cooking in the church. Which time we cook? We never drop food for the family. He said, why would you put a special food for him and drop on the table? Why? Who told you to put? That was all. Fighting started. And the man came and said, madam, what is the problem? And that was all. He started fighting the husband, disgraced him, and that was the first time they were ever fighting publicly. And the man knew how to, out of anger, beat hell out of her. After beating her, she now packed her things and took the children and left. I was saying that she would never come back to the house. She was shouting, this man is evil, blah, blah, blah. Now, when the bishop heard about this incident, the bishop invited them and asked them what is going on. The woman told how he's going to wait for food outside when there is food in the house. After talking, the man was like this. After that, he said, "Can you, Bishop now asked the guy, the priest, can you say something?" He said, "Let me go and think about what to say." He quickly stood up and left. They have been asking to talk. Up to now, he has refused to say anything about this incident. He has refused to talk about it because the guy he's tired. For a marriage, about that marriage is not less than close to 10 years. Close to 10 years marriage. Nobody has had any news between him and the wife. So these are more and more so many issues people are into. So women are also in this kind of situation. But I discovered sometimes, men, if you are not strong enough, you will find out that you are dying in the hand of a woman who has vowed not to settle, not allow you to have peace of mind. A woman will come into a house. You see a brother, 3, 4, 5 brothers living together. A woman will come and bring separation, just like the incident of P Square. If all of you saw it, I don't know how true is it. Some say it was the wife that is bringing the separation between the P Square. Thank God they've just came back together. So I want to ask, when will you ever marry a wife that want to bring enmity between you and your brother? Enmity between you and your mother and your father, your own people. Why? Any woman that is not ready to marry you and marry your family members is not ready for the marriage. He came to destroy. We are 6 boys in my family. 4 of us are married. But one of the guy that is married, I tell you, is trying to separate the other guy from us. And we have allowed them to go. He's together with the wife. The 5 boys are together, moving on. Any wife that will come in that is not ready to allow the brotherhood to continue is not worthy to be a wife in that family. That is the truth of the matter, whether you like it or not. We know our boundaries. We are not going to encroach into your private matter with your wife. No, we can't do that. But for you now to marry, your affair become a strange affair with your own brother. Before we talk to, we have been having family meeting. From nowhere, the wife will call. Hey, come and eat your food. No courtesy, no respect. And the guy will say, okay, I'll come later. No, come now. You have to come now. Before you enjoy the food is going, come now. What a commanding authoritarian wife is that? You will not allow the man to have peace. You want the man to come there. He doesn't come. Yeah, maybe. What is going on? That kind of man, and you are dancing to the tune of your wife, and before you know it, that my brother will leave us and start going to the wife. We didn't say you should not be united with the wife. You didn't say you should not love your wife, but why not give excuse? Let me get through with what I'm doing. You abandoned an important meeting we are having, that you left the house to come for the meeting because the wife said it must come now. That food, if it gets cold, it can be warm at any time. All of us will be there. Our wife will say, please, just give us, let's run off. And the wife will just go. But her own wife, oh no, you must leave that marriage meeting. She doesn't want the family brothers to come closer. And this man is now leaving. Now, because of that separation from the brotherhood, the guy have gotten so many opportunities to travel, to have some achievement. But because if it were when we were united, if any of us receive any something good coming our way, we would jointly together to share the burden and carry the burden financially. But he's alone. The thing is, the load is much on him. And he has been asking me to assist. I don't have money to assist him. I can't. I said, meet your wife, let your wife settle. The wife say, don't want you to stay with your own brothers. Stay with this should be on your own. So I want to ask, is it proper? You don't want people to know that you're having marriage for you to die in marriage? Is it the right approach? Is it the right approach that because you don't want people to hear your voice, you don't want to die in the hand of that man? Women, why must you bring trouble because you married a man? Man, why must you think that this guy will die because he married you? This guy has been living very fine, enjoy her life. A man will come into her life and want to shatter her. Is it right? And she want to die. And the thing I keep saying it, they say, God hate divorce. There's no, brother, I keep saying it. Any marriage that will take your life, divorce is the best option, or separation. Separation or divorce. Separation or divorce is a best option than for you to die. It takes him who is alive to marry. If you're alive, you can marry. So we're going to be calling in there, as I tell you, so that we can make contribution. This is getting out of hand. This guy now has just, he's tired. Now the bishop is on him. Some people, because of the bishop, they don't want to tell the world that they are having marriage so that they will not sack them from work. So for your contribution, call this number. WhatsApp will be preferred, so that you don't. You can also call direct line if you want, but WhatsApp will be more preferred, so that when so that you will not use your direct line to cut off someone that is going to be there. Let's discuss about this thing. Marriage. Most people die because of marriage. This time, because he's a priest, he doesn't want the world to know that he's a priest because he has no marital problem, and he is dying. No sex. He cooks his own food. He will come back from program, come back with tired, enter the kitchen. The woman will cook and eat with her children and refuse to keep food for the man. It's not saying there's no food. I have another guy too. This lady lied to him that she was born in 1977 because he saw that the boy was also born in 1977. Meanwhile, he's older than the boy with 5 years. He is far older than the boy with 5 good years. Now, because he's far older, he cannot even have a child. He's already entered menopause. And he lied to the boy. Now they're married. The boss, okay, I don't have a problem if you don't have child. We can adopt. But he doesn't respect the wife, the husband. He doesn't respect the husband. He doesn't cook for the husband. Sometimes the guy will cook and be eating. He will just come and carry the food. Just because the guy lost his job. And just because the guy is living with her in her own house. The boy came back from work and managing, he was managing, came back, collected food from the pot. The guy took the pot, took the food and poured on the floor. So he hit the my way already. Then he was going to share. Did he bring money for the cooking? Idiot, foolish boy, foolish man, a wife. And the man is still in the marriage because he doesn't want people to know he has married. If the mother is sick, he tells you don't go anywhere. You are my wife. We'll have to stay in Abuja. The mother that gave birth to you will be sick, crying. Buy medicine you cannot buy. Because a wife said don't go anywhere. I want to ask, can I remain in this kind of marriage? So the number to call is +1 916 370 4199. +1 916 370 4199. +1 916 370 4199. Let me take your own take on this. What is your view? Must somebody die because you are married? Because you are married to a woman that you don't want people to know that you have a marital problem. So let me hear your own conversation. Call me on that number. Are you on Instagram? Call me on +1 916 370 4199. Are you on Facebook? Give me a call in that time. After this time break, I'll begin to take your calls. Thank you and God bless you. After this time break, I will begin to take your call one after the other. So if you want to make any contribution towards this, please, I beg you in the name of God, after this particular short break, let us have the conversation going. Should I die because there's no room for divorce? What do you expect me to do? I will start taking your call after this time. This is my short break now. I already having some calls coming, but let me have
Joe Vika TV, information, breaking news, politics, interaction, religion, and everything. Joe Vika Television, poised to reach you with the truth. It's Joe Vika TV in all social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's Joe Vika TV. YouTube. Subscribe and get all notifications.
Okay, welcome back. We have the first caller here. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Is that what was discussed? Must somebody die because he's married? Doesn't want people to know you are a pastor, you're a man, public figure, you're a politician. If you tell the world now you're having problems, then you will lose your appointment. So let's discuss. Let's know what is the best thing to do in such kind of marriage that is giving you headache. Yes, sir. Turn off the device you're using to listen to me.
Okay, I'm listening to you. I heard all you said.
Okay. Go ahead. Your contribution, sir. Where are you calling from?
My contribution and my take is this. You know, there is no marriage in heaven.
Okay.
our physical marriage end here on the planet Earth. But before I go ahead, my name is Apostle Dr. Ebenezer.
Thank
My
you.
name is Apostle Dr. Ebenezer C.G. Ikoku.
Okay. Calling from
My name is Apostle Dr. Ebenezer C.G. Ikoku.
calling from where?
I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Thank you, sir. Contribution. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so there is no marriage in heaven. So there is no marriage in heaven, and because there is no marriage in heaven, so nobody should die because of marriage.
Thank you.
So everything about marriage ends here on the planet Earth.
Okay.
So everything about marriage ends here. Because everything about marriage ends here. The reason why we get married is this. Is so that we will have peace. So that we will have companionship, so that we will have vision and raise another generation, because that is the plan of God.
Thank you.
So, but when man and a woman, so that's why I said, when the purpose of a thing is not achieved, abuse is inevitable.
Thank you.
That's why I said that marriage, don't just marry your friend, marry somebody that's why I tell people, don't marry people because this one says she's a Jinjin sister. She prays very well.
Okay.
She is sleeping with God.
She's a prophetess.
So those people that are sleeping with God, they are in church because of what they will get.
Sleeping with God, I did.
So immediately they get that thing. This thing I'm saying now is both the men and both in the women.
Exactly.
But mostly this thing now is in the ladies. Some of them, you see them, they use their gifts to buy over a man of God. I've seen where it has happened so many times. They use their gifts to buy over a man of God. That's why I tell people that any gift you are taking, or any man of God, I'm saying any gift you are taking, that you do not understand the purpose why the gift is coming. Make sure that you clear your mind. Make sure, because then we use this gift to buy you a car, the ladies where to do, but before you know what is going on, those gifts will overshadow your vision. And when you sleep in the night, you will start seeing that as your own partner.
Okay.
So before you know so that is the reason why after the sister married, you will now start seeing her character. Notice that she's not even born again, talk less of being a child of God.
So what is your contribution to this pastor that the wife has been dealing for 10 years, up to 10 years now? Nobody knew that they're having marital issue until this thing broke out.
That man of God, for the woman to disgracefully, for the woman to disgrace the man before the members, that shows that she has no value for the calling. She has no value for the anointing. She didn't have regard for the members. Which any woman that presented anything, since they noticed what is going on, and she had the audacity to fight the man in the church.
Yes.
The woman had to go.
Thank you.
Look, let me tell you. There is something we say in the Igbo language, which you know.
My brother.
We don't take because of them, we kill somebody. Somebody will not. I don't care how people will say. I have told you about my story. It's not what I will say now.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this: when there is a time when it came in my life, by the grace of God, I have moved on.
Simple.
I have moved on my life, and today God has brought me to a woman who loved everything about me, who loved God even more than me.
Thank God.
The wife, but the other one wants me to be working under people. Don't talk about church. Don't go for fasting. Just stay with me. I say, how can I stay with you? I won't go for mountain to pray. I won't interact with other men of God. Anytime I go out, you are saying I'm going to meet other people. Anytime you see people talking with me, you are accusing me. And anytime they give me money, you will be the first to write what you want.
Oh, wow. Thank you, my dear. Instead of one to die, separate or divorce, please.
Yes, that's where I'm coming, sir. That's where I'm coming. Instead of one to die, my brother, if you die, if any man die in that evil and violent and abusive marriage, that woman will marry another man.
Simple.
Because some women say have That is the reason why some of them are reacting the way they are reacting. Some women, they will be married. I have seen one that happened. Like a lady, before they know what is going on, like they say that what this man they call it, before Jack Robinson, the lady divorced the man. She have already fallen in love with another man while she is in marriage already.
Oh.
So that is what I'm just using it to talk. So one thing you have to understand, my brother, separate before you die.
Okay, thank you so much.
Before the man should separate, or else he will be alive, he will be in the grave. Another woman, even the people that are coming to give condolence to the woman, they will be giving her phone number to call and all this. So
simple.
What I'm saying, I stand to say, it is better to stay alive than divorce. The divorce is not a bad thing.
Okay.
Divorce is not a bad thing if the marriage is violent. So that is my take, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much for your wonderful contribution. I really appreciate that, sir. That's our brother all the way from Houston, Texas, making a very good contribution over this particular topic. His own opinion, he is saying, it's not marriage, it's not somebody should die because you're married. You don't want to hear that people say you separated and therefore you should die in the same marriage. And that is, I think, that's his own opinion. I want people to react to this particular thing. Let's know your own view. Your own view. Tell us your own view about this matter. Must we die because of marriage? Yes. One more caller. I will say some other things and we begin to wrap it up. One more caller. One more caller. I will say other things. I will begin to wrap it up. So marriage is not shouldn't be something to endure. It should be something to be enjoyed. Marriage is not something to be struggling for. Marriage is not something you will die because you want to keep a marriage. Yeah? I was talking with a guy. He was saying that I never wanted to marry, but because she is stranded, she made me to marry her. And that's why she doesn't want to humble herself before me. Let her have her. Even if a woman talk to you and propose to you and you got to marry her, must you come and tell the whole world that kind of thing? It's not something that happened to you if you still really love that woman. And you expect that woman to still marry you. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. So, brothers and sisters, I'm begging us in the name of God. So I don't know who is watching me. I don't know who is hearing me. Do you think that one should die because he's married? You shouldn't die because you're married. Anything married that is leading into violence, please, separation is the best option. If you can separate and discuss about it and get through to it, fine and good. But if it's not going to work, stay on your own. Some people say, okay, if you divorce, don't remarry. Well, that is a decision to be on your own. It depends on the basis of for the divorce and everything. So for me, I will not, because I'm a priest, a wife will be killing me, I will keep quiet. I will not, because I'm a public figure, I don't want people to know. My wife will be killing me, I will keep quiet. I will not, because I'm a this. This is not applicable to woman. If you cannot bear this anymore, open up. Go your way. And when we talk about open up, it must not be you come to social media. Share time with those that matters in the society. Meet your pastor. Talk to your marriage counselor. Whosoever the man respect, go to him. Let him look into the matter. Don't die in silence. Don't die in silence, please. The lady was complaining about marriage. He met a priest in the Roman Catholic Church. The Reverend Father said, no, you cannot. We don't believe in divorce. You don't go for separation. It shall be well. It shall be well. And people say, let this lady leave this man for now. Let him. He said, no. God will take control. We are still in the God will control. One day the man hit her with something at the back of the neck, and she lost her spinal cord. That's actually the lady is still paralyzed today because of marriage. One even died because of beating from the husband. This is what should have walked away, stay on her own, so that they didn't see if they can get it resolved. Now she is paralyzed. The other one is dead because I want to say, I don't want to divorce. I don't want to stay away. Don't die because of marriage. It takes a living to marry. And that this last caller said, there's no marriage in heaven. Please. What I'm saying is, I don't know who will be listening to this thing. Watch it. Anything that is making you, even don't die in silence. And don't go and marry. That's why before you marry, please take your time. Prayerfully watch the person, so they don't fall into a devil in the name of marriage. Whether you as a man or as a woman, please, if you cannot submit, if you don't love the man, you will not be able to submit to the man. This is the sense submit. That's why you need to marry whom you love, so you'll be able to submit to him. So this are my then. So in the absence of any other call, I want to call it a quit day for today. Thanking you who have just called. Thank you other people who have contributed through their comment section. I really appreciate all of you. May God keep blessing you. May God keep protecting you and preserving you. Please tell somebody somewhere there, don't die because of marriage. If that marriage is too hot for you, open up to people for they come to your aid. If they cannot resolve it, separate. If there is no room for, if they after separation, no room, divorce. Somebody will tell me you're a priest, you're talking about divorce. But okay, then it states that the woman will die. Is it what was wanted to say? No, I would say that, please. I don't support that people will die in marriage. Thank you for watching. God bless you. We are poised to always reach you with the truth.
Yeah. This is Joe Vicar Television. All the way from California City, all over the world. This is Joe Vicar Television. Come on. Yeah. Everybody got a story, either lose or win. Everybody imperfection, everybody sin. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, everybody got it in. This is Joe Vicar Television, making story films. In times enough for magazines or the bulletin. One day take my advice, live your dream and do your thing. Nowadays, things we be saying be like no be seen. In Joe Vicar Television, truth is what we sing. We are poised to reach you with the truth. Oh, oh, oh. California, from here we reach the world. Oh, oh, oh. It's Joe Vicar Television everywhere. Oh, oh, oh. The social media handles it. Oh, oh, yeah. In Joe Vicar TV in all social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, YouTube and Insta Anchor. Truth must be told, Sogi Brodibia or Pastor. Okwa Television with the truth is what you ask for. This is Joe Vicar Television. Joe Vicar Television, poised to reach you with the truth.